Great. Over to you, Devon.
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Devon Smythe, and I'll be going over the East Basel concept overview for you on behalf of NONG Autonomous Systems. The problems with the modern day shopping experience. They're not very convenient, and the ones that are moving towards an increased sense of convenience are removing you as the customer in that whole process. A lack of personalization. Our preferences are forever changing. We want our time and our money to be respected, and we'll go to the options that best serve these needs. And of course, COVID-19, we know what this has done to the shopping experience. However, this pandemic has forced innovation to leap forward at least 10 years. All sectors have had to make huge leaps forward in order to make the future happen now. What is the solution? In order to address the above challenges, we devised a product to be built on the NONG Autonomous Systems application, East Basel. What is East Basel? East Basel is a 24-hour unmanned autonomous store made possible by the use of RFID tags and mobile software, designed to create a frictionless shopping experience. This experience will be hyper-personalized to you, the individual. Rewards are tailor-made to your shopping habits. We use a data-backed approach in order to give consumers deals that speak directly to them. How does this happen? Walk in, get your items, walk out. Our process will be the quickest shopping experience available, leaving customers asking, how did that happen? Magic. That was just a little video.
Be it waiting in queues, having to deal with inadequate customer service, or in these times needing to practice the habit of social distancing, generic shops and supermarkets no longer cut it. Introducing East Basel by NONG Autonomous Systems, the 24-hour autonomous place to shop. East Basel is an unmanned single-room shop where you can find most, if not all, your favorite snacks, drinks, and household essentials. In order to gain access to East Basel, you must first sign up with a NONG account. At the entrance of the shop, you'll be prompted to scan a digital QR code and register as a customer for access to East Basel. Once registered, you'll be able to scan the QR code again, and the store will unlock its doors for you. Once you've gathered all your items, simply scan them in manually and select your payment method. After your payment has gone through successfully, you'll be allowed to leave the East Basel before it locks itself, awaiting the next customers in need of ultimate shopping convenience.
All right, so why will this work from a business perspective? We plan to do high volumes. We're going to drive high volumes through customer curated deals based on individual buying habits. This increases customer retention. Low overheads. The autonomous nature of our stores allows us to have little to no labor cost. And as a result, we can offer our products at extremely low prices while increasing our profit margins. These goods are designed to be fast moving. This allows us to always be selling inventory, so we do not sit on stock for a prolonged period of time. The hyper-personalization aspect. East Basel puts the customer first, making tailor-made deals that fits your shopping habits. On the app, users will be able to complete payments, view their payments, make shopping lists, see what they've purchased, as well as track nearby East Basel stores, as well as the inventory contained within them. This is so you don't bounce between stores looking for the items that you want. Deals can be pushed to consumers in real time and can be adapted on the fly. This encourages consumers to walk into their local East Basel. Some market validation. Convenience retail is growing 13% annually. Grocery retail accounts for about 55% of overall retail sales in South Africa. And the younger generations believe that Amazon Go type stores will really displace current brick and mortar retail stores. Despite the growth in e-commerce, I'm sure you're wondering, are physical stores still relevant? The short answer is yes, because at the end of the day, no one can pick a banana quite like you can. Our competition, Amazon Go, Checkers Rush, and 7-Eleven. Our business model, we intend to generate revenue through 3 avenues: retail sales, advertising and marketing through the NONG app, as well as the data insights we'll be harvesting from the data we collect. Our team, we've got Roberto Elofant, myself, Katiso Mabulu, and Tapelo Ntite, as well as our advisor, Gladwin Milana-Lu, who's currently the director of OneCart. The ask. Our total ask is for 195,000 Rand at the moment, and this is just to secure a location, to secure a container, to secure inventory, and to increase the development done on our current app and RFID system. Thank you very much. I will now be taking questions.
Oh, your timing is wonderful. Thank you. I can't believe how much you fitted in. You fitted in a lot there. Anton, do you mind if I just open the floor to you? Brigitte? Sorry, yeah, go ahead, Anton.
Yeah, happy, absolutely, yeah. Thanks. It's a great presentation. It's a great concept. I've got one question around the hyper-personalization aspect of it. So are you saying that that shop will stock goods according to my personal shopping habits? Please elaborate on that. My bigger question is, what's the relevance in South Africa? I understand that Checkers Rush, they've just launched a concept store that pretty much follows that kind of like self-checkout model that we've seen in Europe some years ago, and Amazon Go, they test this concept as well. But in South Africa, what's the relevance? And then, yeah, you mentioned some big competitors. So what's the plan, taking on the big boys?
Okay, so to answer your first question, the hyper-personalization aspect was, going forward, we will add more inventory based on our user needs, but more specifically, it will be around your buying habits. How often do you go to our shop and buy milk? How often do you go and buy bread? And then based on these, we'll send you push notifications each week as you do these things, and we'll give you a discount based on what you purchase. So if, let's say it's the week where you buy your milk and your bread, we will give you a discount to go to our store to buy the milk and the bread for that day. In terms of our competitors, Zimmer Cabs existed before Uber. Nobody knows who they are. MySpace existed before Facebook. That didn't go out too well either. We believe our focus on the consumer, the personalization aspect, is what is going to keep consumers coming back. And in terms of our South African focus, all the three big players in the market at the moment, Woolworths, Pick n Pay, and ShopRite, all of them in their most recent financials have made a statement, it was their own slide, saying how they would like to increase consumer convenience, as their customers are saying, we want it to be more convenient. We want more access to more things quicker than we have before. And that's where our market validation comes from. So if the three big boys are doing it, I think they see something as well. And I think we're in the right spot to disrupt them.
Brigitte, over to you.
Yeah, I'm struggling to understand this idea of a physical space. When you were describing it to me and when I looked at your video, it seemed as though you were going to aggregate products from multiple sources to create a highly personalized shopping experience for someone where they weren't limited by store. That's how it came across, but now there's a physical space. So I'm not sure why you chose a physical space, and how that's a shipping container is a solution for the problem that you're trying to solve.
So,
okay.
So to answer that, the idea is to make shopping more convenient. Whereas if you need to go to your current day Pick n Pays and Woolworths and you go at the wrong time, you can spend an hour, 2 hours in that shop for things that you go for and they might not even have at that moment. So ours is a solution to that convenience aspect, and the hyper-personalization trait to that is you, Brigitte, get rewarded for shopping at our store. We know who you are. To Checkers and Pick n Pay and the others, you are just a consumer. You are another number walking into their shop. In terms of the container, we feel as if our model can work in many, many different forms. So while we're not based solely on the container, we'll also be competing with the other guys in brick and mortar stores. The container just allows us more flexibility to get into more areas, such as office parks, for example, where customers need fresh produce quickly during their lunch breaks. They need to get lunch and household essentials and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Brigitte.
1 minute left for questions, Precious.
My question is also more of a comment, really. With retail, the key really is scale. So for your ability to be able to give those discounts and that customized shopping experience will depend on whether you are able to build scale. So what's the thoughts around that and how to fund that? Because your initial funding is really the brick and mortar, but your biggest cost will be actually the stock and ensuring that you have that quick turnaround. So what are your thoughts around overcoming that?
So Precious, that's a good question. What you're looking at now in terms of the ask is just our seed funding to move towards a Series A. This is just for us to get our first store up and running so we can demonstrate the need and the desire for products, for a service like this rather. We believe the tech is able to scale astronomically and easily. Once we get the one store right, it's a copy and paste model across the country.
Thank you, Devin. Sorry, we have to cut you short. I know that we've got judges on short timelines. So thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, Devin. Fleek, if I may